Alright guys, in this video I thought I'd give you just a little bit of an update and give you some kind of tips about travel with a Filipina that I've learned along the way in my time here. Stick around. Alright guys, so Maya and I are taking our delayed honeymoon. We've been married since November 11th. And we just, with her daughter in school, we just didn't have time to do the honeymoon thing. And here now she has a week off from school. So we are heading out and we are going to Malaysia. So we have been to Thailand so far, Vietnam, and Malaysia as of later today. We're flying out tonight. Now, I wanted to talk about some tips and tricks along the way here when you're traveling with a Filipino or even solo, but I've noticed in the Philippines, if you're traveling from like a smaller city, for example, Dumaguete, then it's best sometimes to break up your journey, and even in the US. So for example, you can't go to Malaysia without either going to Manila or Cebu, and I think it's actually just Manila. So what we do in order to break up our trip, because otherwise there's a couple flights out a day here going to Manila or Cebu, and it really delays your flight. I think if we would have went as a continuous trip to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, the whole thing would have taken like 12 hours and we would have arrived at like 3 in the morning. And I didn't want that, so what we did is break it up. So we will fly out tonight and we will land in Cebu. We'll check into a hotel, stay one night there, and then I got to choose my flight in the morning, not too early. I wanted to wake up well rested, go down and check out the included breakfast, go back, take a shower, and then fly to Manila and then take the next leg over to Malaysia. Now, returning home, we're doing the same thing. We are flying into Manila, and then we're going to do overnight, because otherwise we'd be sitting around the airport for like 9 hours or something. And so what we're going to do is we're going to, check out Manila. We're just going to do one night, but we will get in the afternoon. We'll be able to explore some places that we want to see, just a quick little trip. And later in the morning or early afternoon, we will fly back to Dumaguete. And it just kind of breaks up the trip and makes it so you're not so rushed and you're exhausted from all these different legs of travel. I also recommend this if you're flying from the US or Australia or wherever, and you need to get into a smaller city. You're not going to either like Cebu or Manila. You're going to one of these smaller cities. Break it up. It's much easier. Fly in and land in Manila or Cebu overnight, and then the next day continue on with your destination. And a lot of times you can actually get this for cheaper this way. And I recommend using Skyscanner, but whatever works for you, fantastic. There'll be a link to Skyscanner in the description if you want to check it out. Now, this trip is exciting for me because I just paid, I think it was a month ago now, or 2 months, month and a half ago, I paid for my very last tourist visa extension here in the Philippines. And so this is great news for me. I get to save a little bit of money. I think I averaged, if you average it out, I think it's anywhere from $400 to $550 a year you spend with the visa, and maybe if you use a visa agent, it's more. So I no longer have to do that. Maya and I will fly out, and as long as you travel back together as husband and wife and you have your marriage certificate, then they will give you the 1-year Balik-Kabayan visa. Now that's only good for as long as you are in country together. If you fly out by yourself and try to come back in, then you'll go right back onto the tourist. And I also don't need the ACR card, which is called the Alien Certificate of Registration. That's a card that's mandatory on your second visa renewal or extension if you're here as a tourist. And I don't have to do that. So this will take me all the way through until I go to the US. I'll come back, and then we will start our marriage visa process. So good news for that. I don't have to deal with that extra monthly or bi-monthly fee for the visa extensions. And I've got a trip to the US at the end of May, like I've mentioned in a few other videos. And I did the same thing that I'm doing here. You know, I'm going to fly and break up the trip a little bit instead of just doing it all in one journey. It's just too tiring to do that. Now, Maya and I have been out of the country together 2 times. Thailand. First time we went to Thailand, she was questioned for about 45 minutes. Second time to Vietnam, she was not questioned whatsoever. Just have a good trip, take care. And this time I expect it to be the same. And if she is questioned, well, this time we're married and we got the marriage certificate. And it's her 3rd trip out, so I don't really foresee any problems. Just remember to have plenty of pictures together, proof of your correspondence, and you know, she needs to show that she's got like a bank account. Go together in the same line when you're going through the immigration. Don't split up and have her go to the Philippine line and you to the non-Filipino line. Stay together and just go through the non-Filipino line together. Much easier. And so that would be one little piece of advice I could give you, but make sure she's got money in her bank account. She's got, you know, a bank statement from that day, and it'll make things much easier. So we're excited about Malaysia. We will be bringing you videos daily from Malaysia. And the one thing I really like about Malaysia, they speak English, and it really is a first world country all the way. It's very modern, very clean. It does have a little bit of a Muslim influence, of course, but it does have a large Indian population, a large Chinese population, and a lot of people come here. It's kind of a little bit of a melting pot. Another thing that I really like about Malaysia is, for example, here, if you needed some cough medicine, you go into the pharmacy here, and I think it's like this in Vietnam, maybe Thailand, I don't know. But if you go into the pharmacy here, there's nothing over the counter, really. When I say over the counter per se, I mean nothing on the shelves out in the store. You have to go up to the counter, tell them what's wrong, and they'll pick something out. Most of the time, these guys are not pharmacists. They're just handing you something. They're just like, oh, okay, we'll give you this. This is what we give everyone. And in Malaysia, it's like the US. You can go into a pharmacy, a drugstore, and all this cold medicine, eye drops, whatever, it's just out in the store, just like back in America. You can go and kind of pick up things that you need. For example, I had LASIK eye surgery, so I get dry eyes, which is sometimes why I wear the sunglasses during my videos, because my eyes get dry. And here in the Philippines, I have a really hard time finding eye drops. You got to go and up to the counter, they get like one kind, or you need some prescription and they still only have a few kinds. But now like for example, when we go to Malaysia, I'll just stock up on a few boxes of eye drops. I can just walk in and get that stuff. So I'm going to end this video just by saying, if you want some help with the travel and you don't know where to stay or things you need to do, check out my website, geointhephilippines.com. There is a moving out or traveling to the Philippines checklist. It's a free PDF on the main page. You can download it, print it, or just view it. And also I've got an updated list of all the hotels and resorts that I highly recommend for staying at throughout the Philippines. So if you're not sure about where to stay and you want to not pick the wrong place, then this will help you out a lot. It's on the main page as well. And if you still need a lot of help and you need maybe a consultation with me, book a consultation also on the main page, and I'd be glad to help you out. And last but not least, if you want all the things that I highly recommend for living or traveling out to the Philippines or Southeast Asia for that matter, check out my Geo Travel Essentials on my website. All the things, again, that I highly recommend, like dry wick shirts and things like that. So check it out. Thank you guys so much. And we are off to our honeymoon. And when I come back, no more tourist visa. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.